All right, how you doing? Oh, we got a lot of mess going on. Azaelia Banks, and so let's go ahead do a background check on this. So recently, Azaelia Banks was on Wild Eye. We have not seen the show. I'm waiting to see. I don't watch Wild Eye as much. It is a lot of Jim Crow buffoonery. I'm calling it is you know, my ex-girlfriend husband, Mariah Carey. My ex-girlfriend ex-husband been acting a fool on there and just I don't hardly like it. It's like your mama, remember what Wilmer is it whatever his name is. Y'all don't talk about the one who played the Mexican guy on 70 Show, but he's not Mexican. He's Venezuelan, just like Mariah Carey's paternal grandfather, okay? And play his skills, okay? World got too many freaks, okay? Part of Veronica Vega, who's part of Cuban, okay? Venezuelan, Ronald York, you know what I'm saying? Those Venezuelans, these Venezuelan people, okay? Um, and Tuve's Venezuelan too, yes, here in Houston, Astro player. And anyway, so we got Venezuela. Venezuela's are coming up these days. These Venezuelans up here. Y'all gotta get shout out to, well, I don't like Robert because he's racist, okay? But let's shout out to Miss Queen Mariah Carey because she part African American, Hispanic, Latino, Venezuelan. And Irish. So therefore, we gotta come Venezuela. Que viva Venezuela, okay? Mi limo, mi nonero. Y'all know that song? Okay. Cause I watched Bella Malo 2 years, was it 2 years ago? A year last, yeah, 2 years ago. Mi limo. What's his name? Steven. What's his name? No, I forgot his name. Y'all don't talk about the Afro Latino guy who sings the song. Mi limo, mi nonero. Da na da 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 na na. Oh, English. É francês, ooh la la, bella morena. Y'all know that's. I actually want to see that Afro Latino brother from Venezuela song. I do want to remake that song. Mi limo. Okay. Anyway, and it's weird since I'm speaking of Mariah Carey, her ex-husband, the other ex-husband, Thalia sang that song. I love Thalia, but she didn't do a good job singing Me Limo. I'm calling it. She did not do a good job singing that song. Go on YouTube. She's a good singer. She was like trying to sing through EO, even though I think it was before through EO back in the 90s. Through EO came in 2000, 2001, 2, or whatever. But when she was, it's like she was trying to be sexy. I'm like, no, baby, please do not do that, please. I love you, Thalia. I love you, Novelas, but don't do that, okay? Anyway, let's get to the subject. So Mariah Carey ex-husband who's this is the man who stole my woman, Mariah Carey, okay? 10 years ago, because I never forget. When my dad told me that Mariah Carey married Nick Cannon, I got mad as hell. You know I wanted to marry Mariah Carey. New Year's. I told you her grandfather was Venezuelan, changed name to Carey. Okay, Roberto Nunez to Robert Carey, married Hattie Cole, who's African descent. Yes, you know I keep up Mariah Carey's genealogy like that. You know I want to marry Mariah Carey. Honey, get me hooked on me. Yes, and it was, yeah. Honey, I give my all now. Just one more night with you. I risk my life to feel your body next to mine. Cause I can't go on living in a memory of us all night. Give my all for your love tonight. You know I love that song. I was graduating high school when that song came out in 1998, 20 years ago. Yes, Mariah Carey. So let's get to her ex-husband, her second ex-husband. Nick Cannon is having issues with Para Ichu Yamaya. You know what I'm talking about. That's Santeria. Okay? What's her name? Azaelia Banks. Azaelia Banks who cut chickens. Cut chickens. She don't fry that chicken. You hear me? She don't do that. She cut that chicken. You hear me? Okay, she sacrificed a chicken. Um, sacrifice it. Oh yeah. Go there. She do her Santeria, her voodoo Santeria. Ay, ay, ay. Cut them damn chickens in there. She talking about blood chicken in her closet for 3 years and sandblast them guts. Round time 2015, 15, 16 during that New Year. Kim Red was doing anti-gay. I don't forget that stuff. It was so much spiritual warfare, and Mariah Carey again. The situation with Mariah Carey, they messed her up at the New Year's thing. So there was so much going on that time. You know what I'm saying? It was during time Trump became president before the New Year's. Oh Lord, it was like demonic activity. And I love me so I got beans, chickens. Okay, Share Caesar okay was and she had to sue somebody because they made it to twerking cussing song. That's a guy. You hear me? You name it. Then, okay, during that time. Okay, well, and then Campbell said all this homophobe. Of course, gay sex is not with the Lord. Just like straight sex outside of marriage ain't with the Lord either. Or cheating with your spouse. Traditional marriage is not with the Lord. Okay, God got no favors, and also condemning someone to hell. You ever read Luke 6? What did Jesus say? Those who could thank you, okay? Y'all said, Lord will go to heaven. So I ain't perfect, but I read my Bible too, okay? And Matthew 7. So because he been saved, Lord, right there, the box your arm, Lord, don't make it go to heaven, okay? He did say that. So, couldn't everybody stop? Oh, she supposed to show mercy, just like her father is merciful, either unkind, ungrateful, wicked people is with thank you. Oh, she don't know. She wanted condemning people. That's why I folks don't go to church because of woman. She goes like that. Of course, you shouldn't condone gay sex. Of course, you shouldn't condone fornication. That means people of the opposite sex practicing sexual activity outside of marriage. Okay. Yes, you supposed to get married to do that stuff. Traditional marriage. You ain't supposed to be out there getting different baby daddies and different baby mamas and getting freaked out today to no offense to Dina Howard. So anyway, so she was making all these time about God gonna get rid of gay people. Whatever she was saying, her little misinterpreted the Bible, like I was, saying, and I was, oh yes, I was doing the Saint Peter verse, being on God's not for my stability in the third chapter of the second letter of the 15:17, okay, because I know it's our personal church scripture of McKimberell called the Second Peter chapter 1 verse 20-21. Okay, I ain't perfect. Thank God for Saint Peter right there in the Bible. Okay. So, because I'm not a Protestant, no offense, but that's why I'm not a Protestant. Thank you. Anyway, point is, the truth of the matter is, this was going on. So Zaya Baker doing her little voodoo ritual. She was doing her other gods before her. The African gods, Ashun, and Agun. Oh, there are people who do practice it in cartels. Yes, they do. Agun is the African warrior in that god. And some people who are racist in the Latino community practice that. But it's an African god. Weird. And my point is, I'm not saying anybody. Agun, Oisha Agun. Yes, that's a weird. If you go to Santadia's videos, you watch who they talk. He is the worst god in their religion against warriors and stuff. Okay, then you have Ashun and Yamaya. Okay, so she believes, so she's Santadilla. Okay, because they distort the meaning of communion of saints in Catholicism, which is true Christianity. Okay, took that out of the body of Christ. Okay, took that out of order and made it to their own African religion, or either if it's indigenous religion in Latin America, like Santa Muerte and stuff, which is outside of the Catholic Christianity, which is a blasphemy and sacrilege and all the other stuff. But remember, these people saw white people preaching the Bible and not being true Catholic Christians, being Wolf She Coda, being the Matthew 13 of the weeds are we like eat weed, right? That's the good people. The weeds, okay, weed like marijuana weed that kill the grass in your garden weed. Yeah, there's a bad folks. The garden will put in the fire, aka God, if they don't change our lives or our lives. Everybody who's not right, okay. Then you have the faithful, those are the weeds, or the bad fish, or the we think it's the bad fish, either clergy or the laity. So they saw their bad behavior, which scandalized the little ones to the throat to see in Matthew 18. And that's why some of these slaves, African, mixed, or pure, And indigenous mixed up here was practicing their own religion, taking borrowed from Catholic Christianity and putting their own pagan religion in midst if you know the history. So and they were poor, uneducated. Well, you do have the high class practices too, okay? Yes, you do. You have the high class people who you like in Cuba. I mean, in Havana, these folks thinking white when they mix. Okay, but past is white, white, but go somewhere in some temple and practice some Santeria. In high class Mexico, they mix with indigenous and black DNA, but look white. Widow, peso, fresa, white. I got the money. Oh, yes, yes. But go somewhere and practice some Santeria or something with it. Let's call it like it is up in my channel. I'm very real with it. Yes. Oh, put white on the application. Oh, I don't look at dishes. Man, Eliza. Oh, wait. Behind closed doors. Oh, yeah, I had to go there. Anyway, point is, I know y'all make y'all laugh. So, I guess some high class Dominican person compared to like, like a white person. Or very light skinned. Taught Azaelia Banks in Washington Heights about how to do Santeria, or some babies from Afro looking Latino, what I'm saying, who's mixed but look black, probably too. So this is true African religious sister. It's not the slave master, although Jesus was black as I don't know what, okay, dog as I don't know what, okay. Let's call it, yeah, thank you, and that's why we have Christianity, okay. Um, and the reason why they made him white before racism was even in question, because let me educate you out. It wasn't a racial issue. Remember, in Europe, many people was poor. They had no Bibles. Like you had Bibles at the church, but they chained the Bibles because people would go out and steal them. Because a rich person can only find before they had the printing press. I think they used the lamb sheet to make the scriptures. Okay. So the rich people can afford the Bible, with the poor people. So you have stained glass windows, you have statues, you have um, paintings of Jesus in what happened in the Bible was to tell the story to the poor people, the peasants in Europe who did not know how to read. Okay, so that's what made him look white. Of course, they nowhere in the Catholic Christian religion they say he was. And you can try to use Malcolm X movie as that's a personal interpretation of a priest called if there are priests, especially in Houston, who in Bishop who can be guilty who are considered guilty of schism or we call it heresy. So what that dude said in Malcolm X was a heretic art. Okay, 19 can be excommunicated because no, they need to bring excommunication back in the clergy. They need to. Okay, actually deflock people, but no, we need to start bringing back excommunication in the clergy. Yes, they do. Okay, I'm for that 100% to clean that church that he put the bride of Christ. Okay, so point is, so in Europe, you don't see many ebony, indigenous, Asian, looking people. So you're going to make a picture of what you think would Jesus look like, okay, to tell a story. It became racial a couple of centuries later when Europeans start to go all over the world and start seeing Asian, African, and indigenous people not believing in Christianity. That's what got our white. That's one thing that got white supremacy started was these folks with this acting like Canberra, okay, acting like the Westboro Baptist Church, who are not Catholic, but these are Protestant Christian people who feel, and sometimes I have to be careful when a non-Christian is not around me and I think that they're better, even as a Catholic. So I have to question and stop being unhumble about this, okay? Because you have to be humane and be humble towards the outside person who doesn't believe in your faith, but it does come on. Let's be real. Anybody who's any Christian, would be Protestant, Catholic, whatever your different denomination. Sometimes we see people who don't believe in our religion. We start to think we're better than them, and that's what caused white supremacy. Of course, and you will say, well, the first Christian person was black. You're talking about Jesus. Of course, you're right. But remember, the reason why they went to Gentile, if you don't know your history, a lot of folks not know the history. The reason why they went to the Europe, Rome, and area was to preach the gospel to Gentiles since the Jews rejected Jesus. The idea, and everybody will call Catholic, is because of that last verses in Matthew talking about preach to all nations. I mean, Catholicos means universal. Okay, that's why they later on called the Christian Church Catholic. It was the only church before the Orthodox and any other Christian faith. So made their own interpretation of the Bible was because it was to preach to all nations. Okay, so there's a billion of us all over the world. That, you get my point. Jesus wanted every tongue, it's in Revelation, every tongue, every tribe, every nation to come to thank you. You know what I'm saying? That's what the idea was. You know what I'm saying? So when these Spaniards and when these Portuguese who were highly, even though they didn't live as a true Catholic Christian, the idea, even though it was the worst sinner, someone who doesn't believe in Jesus, and they're darker than you, and they look and don't look like you. You had this high, and this was happens, and it goes back, and I have to bring up Kim Burrell. When Kim, and remember I said that, of course, that homosexual sex is not with the Lord. However, it's people baby daddies in that church, okay? And she acting very arrogant. One thing that drives people away from the Christian faith, including my own self, is even though I do believe in it, but I don't want to be next to a person or listen to someone on pulpit being arrogant, because you don't want, that's not a Christian thing to do, okay? It's because they arrogance. This would start white supremacy. A lot of folks not looking at this. It's not the religion per se. It was human deed, simple deed, misuse religion to feel better than somebody who didn't believe in your beliefs and also who didn't look like you. Okay, it was like a xenophobia. It was the, hating someone because, so that's why that meant like the slaves and the indigenous people in Latin America or even in Americas, didn't want to participate in Christianity because they saw these. We talking about Jesus is humble and merciful, but y'all white people not acting like that. You're beating us, you're killing us, you're raping us, you're doing all these humane things that you say we do. You know what I'm saying? And yes, they had bad indigenous people slaving each other. Yes, you had Africans on it, but you're the one advocating that you're a Christian. You know what I'm saying? And why you acting like us? You get my point. That's the reason why. So that's why I trash talk Ken Barrow about the situation, and I'm bringing this up because this was why I said, it's why you're talking about this, and it's about Nick Cannon. You got to get to the source of the problem. One thing about me, very detailed about that, okay? To understand why Azaelia Banks what she is. Azaelia Banks is practicing this religion because she's been told somebody in Washington Heights that this is an African religion. Remember, she was going to Catholic school, okay? Her mother at home was not being, whatever religion she believed in, was not being a true Catholic Christian or Protestant Christian. Her mother was also practicing this too. Her mother, who's lighter than her, that's why she had colorism problem. Her mother, cause I saw a picture of her mother. Her mother was abusive to her. Okay, to the point she had to run away at 16 or 15 years old. I read on Wikipedia. So you gotta understand why this girl has a lot of emotional issues, okay? And you wanna know why she practiced Santeria. A lot of people, and this is going on within the Coco Afrocentric religion, Afrocentric belief system. You have people who are very pro-black to the point in their mentality, to the point they think Christianity is a white religion. Although, like I said earlier, Jesus was darker than me. Okay, because I seen darker of images of Jesus. Okay, let's be real. And I went to predominantly African American Creole Catholic church. Okay, and I didn't just see a white Jesus. I saw a black Jesus. Actually, when I got there before I converted, the Creole priest, before it was a white Italian American priest, had African stuff on the altar. You know what I'm saying? The green, the black, and the red had all that in there, and African kente cloth and stuff. And when that white priest came off was upset about that, he took that out. But they still, you saw images of dark Mary, dark chocolate Mary, dark chocolate Jesus, dark chocolate. I didn't see the white Jesus when I was a Baptist. I did, okay. You know what I'm saying? And of course you learn later on as you get older. Before I became that Jesus was not looking like that, but I thought that Jesus did when I was a little kid. Jesus was a white looking man, and you know what I'm saying. And I remember you watched the movie Imitation Life when Sarah Jane said he's white like me. It did make you, as a child growing up, feel in a way why this white man and going to a white predominant school, well, a while was a white American Baptist evangelical people before it became mostly Hispanic in the area, and it was some white Catholics or whatever who went to school with a lot of Latinos in the area, but you also, and also those African Americans who went to their churches, but also too, you had white Baptists, white who think their religion, and one thing was robbed me, like I said, by arrogance. The arrogant, not being humble, just that attitude and smiling like this, a grinning smile made you cringe. Like, that's the person I'm supposed to believe if that's what he looks like. You know what I'm saying? You get my point. Okay, so you gotta understand. So when you know what I'm saying, but when I went to church, and of course you saw a white Jesus, but I saw a dark Jesus, a black Jesus. I didn't see just and I was gonna actually get a crucifix of the dark brown Jesus, in when I was living at home, with my family. So you know what I'm saying, because that's the true accurate of him. He didn't look like no white man. Okay, like I said, beginning of him making him to a white man was not about race, because remember the Europeans didn't do this. So-called van safari. I mean, it sound like Coolio going to all over the United, to get some trade and trying to go to India with the New World thing, and what I'm saying. They went there, but the majority of those people now had power, had money. The poor people didn't know. If you in Europe and you got no money to go to the other side of Europe, you're gonna think that Jesus looked like you. You get my point? So that's the reason why. So I want folks to understand where people going, but her mother was very abusive to her, while she was going to Catholic school, and the Santeria and Voodoo contradict that, because in the Catholic faith you're not supposed to practice that. It is a sacrilege, okay, and the only God you serve is God, and that's at the altar at every time you go to communion. That's the highest form of worship, okay. So, and those saints are not gods. Those saints are members of the body of Christ in heaven. There's no dead separate with us. And yes, there are pictures and statues of them. There's a reminder of them. Like, if for someone that passed away in your family, you're going to have pictures of, or, something to remember of them, but you don't see them as a god. Okay, come on now. You get my point. All right. So she went against. You can tell that I still study my faith. Okay. Sometimes I don't live it in my actions, but I'm gonna be real with you, because some people who think they're holding, I ain't preaching that. They keep their mouth shut about that. So my question: if you're more holy and Catholic than I am, Cody and Doc, can you please out this stuff information more than I do? Okay. It's another worst sin in the world. Because seeing you keep out information, like you want some people to know about some things, and some people you don't won't know. That's how like it is. When people do that, they want certain people to know about something, and other people they want certain population not to know about. Let's keep it real. So I see why this Catholic projects are mostly in the white integrated churches, but not in Hispanic and African American centered churches, because you wouldn't have a flux of African American people and Latinos leaving the church. You got white people doing it, okay? But the truth of the matter is, a lot of, and let's be real, declining of Catholicism within the African American and Hispanic community has declined. Is I mean there are conversions besides myself at 13 years old, 93. That's not promoting in the news. Okay, it's not promoting mass media, but there are people. That's why you have the victory outreach. Yes, they're anti-Catholic. You have all these evangelicals. Even when the evangelicals went down like America, white evangelicals and went and brainwashed. That's why you had this checking white. It's another reason why. No, for real. Some of the hold on, y'all. Some of the ooh, some of the anti-Catholic people who are white and racist go after Hispanic. They target Latino community. They target activists like those Louisiana. That's why Jimmy Swagger, who's anti-Catholic, went to Louisiana. Yes, they're very yes, okay. And but you at the same time you have people who are very white conservative who are pro-Catholic, who try to be friends with these people and try to shy away from talking about anti-Catholicism. And I've seen it a lot. I talked to priests about this. Some priests would not preach kind of apologetics in the biblical sense to the flock, and they want to know why some don't want to come to church or to participate in communion or go to confession and this stuff. They want to know why, because their stewardship is so terrible. Okay, and you have people, well, he did not know. Well, if you don't know what he's talking about, and he please get his behind out of the church. I don't feel like hearing, and it gets me mad. Like I said, if I was a pope, it'd be a huge excommunication. Not besides sexual scandals, this one too. You're not out there teaching the flock. You're not trying to outreach. I'm not saying not gonna people to enforce them come to church. No, that's not right. You're not out there advocating that the church is the really true body of Christ. Then you're not a true Catholic priest or bishop. You can be kicked out the church and not be in ministry no more. That's I would if I was a pope. I would kick a lot of these priests, especially here in Houston, out. Just kick them out. No, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. You're not coming to church. You're not gonna be. You might come to church to go visit and stuff, but you're not gonna be conducting a mass no longer. I don't care how many years. I don't care who said this and that. you're hurting the flock. You're not looking out for the flock. You don't care about the flock. You know what I'm saying? And that what frustrated me was here in Houston, there was always thumb blocks of trying to promote the Catholic projects and bring, the biblical truth that the Catholic Church teaches, so people stop being confused at the sort of the Bible to attack the Catholic Church. You have people, laugh at my situation who are priests, and I did read into the Pope on email about this. So if they got excommunicated and started in church a long time, that's good for their behind. They should never even sign up for the job if they didn't want the job to do it right. Okay, call it like it is. Okay, I don't care what family says, because some of these people, which is very true, some of these people join the priesthood. That's why you have a lot of corruption. Because their mama and daddy wanted them to join the priesthood. Their family wanted, to make themselves look good. But in their heart, they wasn't trying to be, just like Leandra. You can tell Leandra, who's not a priest, she's a gospel singer, she's Protestant. She not one big gospel art. I'm calling like it is. Why she said fuck Christianity, something like that, or whatever she was saying, because in her mind, I believe her family put her up to be a gospel singer she didn't want to. Her heart was not there. And one thing that people need to start doing within their stewardship is trying to control people and use God's name, prostitute his name and his word to be like a robot to that person. No, it's not your job, okay? They have to carry their own load, okay? And they need to get out of that and want you to do the job for us. Stop trying to beg someone to do it for you or force someone to do it for you, live through them. No, then you tell them to live through you and God. They gotta choose one to two, live you or God. Remember, okay? That's kind of like it is. So anyway, so I didn't go in detail this, but I want folks to understand where this Azaelia Banks mess is coming from, because she thinks trying to be more Afrocentric, that practice religion would make her, you know, but it's doing a lot of damage. These are false goddesses and goddess, okay? Yamaya, Agun, Achun. No, they're not Lord Jesus Christ. It ain't perfect, but let's be real. Okay, Agun, Achun, you know what I'm saying? No, these are false goddesses and gods. They're not God Almighty, and it's no different. And that's why I even said when I'm wrong for saying F someone's interpretation of the Bible, because I know they're teaching Jesus making their own version with the, you know what I'm saying? You can tell, especially when they act vindictive and rude and thinking it's okay with God. I know when I act ugly, it's not okay with God. But these folks do not want to admit their wrongdoing. They want to think they're holding out. And you're right, I have a right to be corrected by folks like that, because they're not teaching right. They're not correcting right. They're not teaching right. They correcting out of evenness. You know what I'm saying? They're not correcting out of righteousness. And they'll correct people who are not trying to do wrong, but the ones who are doing wrong, they refuse to, talk to them. So it says a lot about who they are, which I don't want to be corrected by someone who's irrighteous and rude and cruel, who like the devil. If that's the case, I get Satan to correct me. That's why I said I don't want to be corrected, because these people are not corrected by their motives are very demonic. You can tell by their action, by their fruit. So going back to the situation. So Zay Banks, not to go in detail, I want my audience to know what you're dealing with. This woman here feels that she is doing her religion well, and she thinks come somehow. But the reason why she's acting that way, like I said about the Trinitarios and many other gangs and thugs and cartel, all this other stuff, many of them practice Satanism, being in practice the cult, Santa Muerte, Santa Maria, not Santa Maria, not Santa Maria, Santeria, excuse me, Santeria, Palamayabe, voodoo, and then they use drugs, and abuse alcohol to do their crimes. Okay, because if they do it with a clear conscience, they're gonna feel guilty. And I'm not saying $3,000 are doing it, but I wouldn't be shocked behind closed doors. Some of them are practicing that. Okay, all right. Because even in Mexico, there are cartel, even in other parts of Latin America, that do practice these occults, these Santeria, Santa Muerte. Many cases, when I watched the Setas on Gangland, not the I saw it on Gangland, so don't nobody come after me about this, that they was practicing this stuff, Santa Muerte, okay? When the Cuban American guy back in '89 was going on 10 years old, who was from Miami, I forgot his name. He had a Mexican girlfriend. They've been killing folks mainly of color, and I'm not smiling about that. I'm laughing. I'm looking at the situation, how racist this country is. They've been sacrificing people to their Santeria, Santa Muerte, Palamayabe for years. Not like a long time, but like for 8, 6, 8, 9, you know what I'm saying? Until the white That's why I'm smiling. The white dude, Mark Kilroy, goes down there to Montemorelos, and next thing he's kidnapped and killed. And this is during Bush season. So y'all know, white dude goes to Mexico. Oh, hell break loose. They are looking for all those drug cartel who practice this mess. They found that Mexican light-skinned woman who like a white woman. They found all the Mexican dudes. She's the godmother of the guy. They found all the Mexican dudes. They're looking for the cartel leader who's from Miami. Okay, who's Cuban American. And he bisexual. And he got his girlfriend. He with a boyfriend. Yeah, baby, y'all keep up with this story. And he got to Mexico City and commit suicide, or they killed something like that. That was because all that Palmayabe and psychic reading he was doing and all that stuff got his name, Aran, something, I forgot his last name. He had to commit suicide like Hitler, okay? Okay? So you gotta understand, and that's what Trump was talking about. Mexico not saying its best. Yeah, because CIA and Reagan went down there and fooled with those who do voodoo and Santeria and Santa Muerte and Baba Yabe who have it in their bad spirit to sell dope and kill and murder and rob people. Let's be real. If you're a white, supposed to be Christian man, especially if you're evangelical Protestant and you don't like people they don't look like you're going to go to that whoever country, Latin America or in the Caribbean, does not sell their best, who have the ability to do the drug deal, who have the ability to bring the drugs here with you, who have the ability to kill, murder, intimidate, fear, intimidation. You're going to get those people. You're not going to get the person who go to church every Sunday, who's faithful to God, whether it be Catholic or Protestant. You're not going to get the person who not even believe those faith, who don't have any care to do it. You're going to go to the most evil person in the world to get your business done. They want money out of this. That's why Mexico and the rest of Latin America have been corrupt in Central America, because CIA and Reagan. Folks need to understand. So that meant somebody in the American public who practiced Santeria. I would not be surprised if they were in some drug dealing. Okay? Azaelia Banks caught up with that mess, and that's why she had to educate y'all about that. So it makes a lot of sense. So Trump, that mean back in the 80s you had something to do with that, Mr. Trump. Yes, it was already in the making of you become president. They probably put Obama there. Obama somehow did some failures in his 8 years. That was all meant to be. Obama, the census, bring it up that he would become president. Figured it out? Okay. So, truthfully, it was all, it was predestined, not only, but it was predestined by a human. They had it in writing what they're going to do. Put Clinton to be a failure. Put Carter, okay? These Democrats who they ain't doing right, put out a Hillary to stumble out, a fake strong woman who not friends with the enemy, okay, to make you fail. That's why they had the Democrat Party to mess up Bernie Sanders' campaign, which makes a lot, because that was a good president who actually had good in his heart. They want a bad leader to run the country, Democrat or Republican. That's kind of is that the demonic spirit that power principality that St. Paul said in Ephesians. They want that person to run to mess it up in this country. And I'm sorry, Obama, but it seems to me you part of it too, brother. And I know that Illuminati I'm talking about. Yes, that's a whole other subject. Okay, it's all conspired. Because what I'm finding is why they all together. Yes, Carter. Well, Reagan no longer here, but the two Bush daddies and son, Obama, Clinton. Why y'all all smile together if y'all hate each other so much? We. Anyway, so yes, so that means Azaelia Banks had got this voodoo Santeria from somebody who was probably selling some crack rock in since the 80s and 90s when she was, what I'm saying, and they introduced us to this stuff, and she don't go to mass, she don't do the rosary, she don't do none of that, she don't do the Bible, she don't do none of that, she don't read her catechism, she doing Santeria. She was abused by her mom abusing her, and she's taking out on everybody. And that's demon spirit that her mother put in her, due to her abuse being a worse to the parent. She wanted to kick her out or leave her house, or when I think she was a runaway at 16 years old and being owned to be mistreated, become famous in New York, and then she moved to Los Angeles. So, okay, you gotta understand why this woman is like what she is. One thing about me, I like to either people. I like to read about the person before I start to critique them. That's why it's taking me a long time to talk about the story about her and Nick Cannon. Because we'll get to the subject. No, I like to get to the root of the problem and then get to the top of the tree. That's called what it is. No matter how lengthy it is, you gotta know what it is to deal with. Just like you gotta go read a bunch of books to get your degree. We gonna exactly. We act like we in college up in here. We be educated up in here. Everybody can act ignorant sometimes, but we gonna be educated up in here so you can all the tea. Cause one thing about me, unlike other teas, no offense, love it tea. I don't care how long and lengthy I am. I like spilling coffee and tea all over that caffeine. That's my crack. That caffeine all in the area so folks can be focused with that caffeine and understand where I'm coming from before they say anything else. I should have been a private investigator, which I think about doing it. Anyways, let's get to the subject. So the truth of the matter is, she is bringing this demonic spirit due to her abuse, due to the miseducation of her Catholic faith, miseducation at home, her abusive mother, and colorism, race, and everything else go along with it, and sexism and homophobia. She's sacrificing chickens in her closet. She's catching tantrums. These are things that's the mental abuse along with the abuse from, you know what I'm saying, this all coming out, okay? And so she's jealous at Cardi B. She's jealous at Nicki Minaj. She's jealous at Janet Jackson and Lil Kim and Remy and Donald Rock, all this, and Beyonce. And she's mad, just mad. She, you know what I'm saying, mad at Azaelia. You know, she's mad. Okay. So as she's doing these things, she goes to Wild Out with Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon showed, which if you don't have thick skin, you know, you're gonna act a fool. And she gets clowned about her color. Now I don't condone that because just like your mama black, remember when Wilma her name was on there and they was making fun of saying somebody, a white person said your mama so black, whatever, it caused a racial. I remember that when I was in 2006, when I was in Job Corps in college. I remember seeing it on social media when I was on MySpace and stuff. That will, you know, had some white dude tell a brother your mama so black, whatever. They said I forgot what it was. Okay, that should have been out of the whole. This week interview. Well, interview is owned by Viacom, so Viacom put brothers and sisters, Latino brothers, locked up in private prison complex. Let's call it like it is. So I see why. I mean, it's hard to get over loving hip hop because I love the drama. I love it. Like I used to love all my mostly white cast on all my children. You know what I'm saying? But it seemed to me there are making minorities, African and Hispanic, act a fool. And if they are white, they have to be Italian. Like my wise, it does seem because remember Italians are not that white. Mm, Hannibal, black DNA. I see why Anglo-Saxons do not like Italians. You know, you have Italians who don't like Africans trying to please white Anglo-Saxon people. You know, Nordic, Aryan type white folks, because those be Western and Northern Europeans supposed to be pure compared to Southern Moors, Hannibal, and Equator. Makes sense. Anyway, point. So let's get to this. So anyway, so you have Isaiah Banks um getting Heater and Sheeta out on the show. And well, my question is, did she sacrifice some chickens? Did she go to Agun? Why did she didn't ask Agun, Arisha Agun, to and Ashun to come to her system and just shout everybody out? Why she didn't do all that? I think she probably do that when she at home on social media to do act of food, but when it's coming, you know, when she is either out in public, Agun, Achun, yeah, my God, none of them doggone goddesses and goddesses ain't helping her out. And I'm sorry to say this, is people who believe in Jesus, whether they're Protestant and Catholic, or they don't believe in other denominations, just probably believe in one God, not acting Christ-like, but have a stronger presence. So it goes back to white supremacy. I'm not defending white supremacy, and I say this many times because I never forget, and this is very true. Now I don't. It was not Creflo Dollar. It was some other minister. He's lighter than Creflo Dollar. Because Creflo Dollar by my camera like me. He not dark skinned. That's Jamal Bryant. It's a bright one. Y'all don't talking about kind of light, very light skin, different texture hair. He's a minister, and I just happened to stumble on this when I was at my grandparents' house. You know, I'm not a Protestant. And his wife, who's about a little bit my companion, but Dion wore a haircut. I don't forget. And she said, "How can people in South Africa being millions of people, these white minority come over there and control them. She said they will believe in other gods. Now, the white minority believe in the true God, but they don't act all that godly, right? Slaving people, beating people, raping, that's not of the Lord. But they smart enough to not believe in no other God. And these Africans believe the same thing here in the Americas. They believe the Aztecs, the different Native American tribes, believe in other gods, which is, that's, you know what I'm saying, which they was tricked by this. And I ain't perfect, but the Bible says the people suffer of a lack of knowledge. You know, say perish lack of knowledge. So she left the true church, started believing this African religion that led to the slave trade. Because the ignorance, yes, the people of the slave trade was also African too, besides white. But the ignorance of the spiritual thing, knowing that if they went, let's say that one of the kings and queens went to go talk to the Pope, and there were some bad popes. No pope is perfect, okay? There were also black popes too, before that pope and everything else, okay? So they say they get to hold to the catechism and read things in the catechism that goes with the Bible's verses. They will read that in that article that slavery is not of the Lord, and they will squash this whole beef with the slave trade. But by them believing in other gods, and these white people believe in a true God who is not acting like godly people, but they can fool people. That's what led to slave trade. So let's go to what happens at Banks. Yamaya, Arisha Achun, Arisha Agun did not help her at all. The chicken sacrificing. It ain't the sacrifice of the body of blood of Jesus Christ on the altar we supposed to get every time we go to mass. That's highest form of worship to God, okay? In the Catholic Church, is the body of blood of Jesus Christ on the altar. That's why every time you go to the Catholic Church mass service, you gonna get that. The communion is always gonna be served, okay? Even on daily mass. That's our highest form of worship. People say we believe in other God. No, we don't. Our highest form of worship to God is the communion, the only sacrifice to Almighty God, the body and blood of Jesus Christ. Okay? She's sacrificing chickens to the other gods. That's not of the Lord. She's sacrificing chickens to Yamaya, Agun, Ashun. You know, these false idols. So she's educated in one area, but spiritually she's not. And it didn't work out for her. No, it didn't. The Agun, Achun, Yamaya, she can sing Het Love Para Ichu, Yamaya. Now, I like that song. Let me explain why. Because of the African elements. I'm part of African heritage. Okay? I'm also part of Latino, Spanish, Creole. Okay? Which makes sense. You know what I'm saying? And I know about 2016. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just realize that last thing my mama side family is Spanish. Okay? So I am part Latino. However, I know that the Yamaya, Agun, and Achun are not God. And okay, I like the African dum 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 dum. Heather Lavol's band did a great job of the song, not the lyrics. Okay, cause I never forget. Y'all know I did a video 4 years about Body Maya, and I'm in the shower, so I'm listening to Pandora. I got my Spanish music on. Listen to salsa merengue. Listen to house music, whatever. I'm listening to La Lupe Yoli, who's a queen of Latin soul. She's Cuban. She was Cuban, excuse me. And listen to all. I'm dancing in the shower. You know what I'm saying? To salsa, just splashing my feet, just splashing water all over the place. You know what I'm saying? And I'm over here washing my hair. I'm breaking it. Yeah, put conditioner. You know what I'm saying? Put that coconut oil. I think I had olive oil before it started to irritate my skin. All and washing, yes. And it's and it was summer 2014. I said, oh dang, that Latin beat. Boom, 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 and the African. I said, whoo, that Afro Latin beat. I'm going back to my roots. And I know I was Spanish Creole then. I know I was, of course, I'm black, and also West White and American Anglo and French, I know about the Irish and all other stuff, okay? So I'm dum 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 para yeah, Maya. I stopped. I'm like, oh, they talking about God of Santeria? I said, no, I can't. Lord, forgive me. I like the beat of the song. because the African beats, okay? Remember, them Africans didn't get rid of all their culture in Latin America. That's here in the United States, okay? Except for Louisiana, because gumbo is, Louisiana. We Creoles eat gumbo. That's mofongo. Am I correct? That's mofongo. It's a soup. And they eat that in southern Mexico in Veracruz. They eat that in Cuba, and here in Texas, next to Louisiana, is gumbo for us, okay? Yes, mofongo is like gumbo. Okay, am I correct? Okay, you just have to keep trying to keep up with history stuff. Okay, so we have a lot in common that we keep beefing each other. But my point is, so I'm like, oh man, I love this Latin beat, but it has these false gods in here. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to believe no Yamaya and Shun. I like the African beat because I am of African origin. Um, and it explains why I like Latin music over R&B. R&B is a Europe is a black culture, but it's an Anglo influence. Cause our African ancestors in the WASP, especially slave states, the whites, they stripped every African out. That's why we don't know all about African culture. Of course, you know what I'm saying. Like in Louisiana, I'm probably in Creole, cause the Catholic Church, kept documents of the slaves' names and everything else in Louisiana and part of my roots in Louisiana. Because even part when I do my ancestry in Louisiana, the parishes kept records, and it's hard to find because unlike the counties and outside, okay? So, but my Anglo side, that's why I was able to trace my white ancestors' ancestry, to England. My fourth grandmother who was white, Spanish, not Spanish, excuse me, Irish and English, because they listed her. Remember in the Anglo states, they said girl, boy on the plantation, and woman, man, Negro, mulatto, whatever how they did, how they did the census back in the day. It's hard to figure out which is which and this and that. But the Anglo side was east. Let's trace that in 3 days on Answer.com. You know what I'm saying? So in Louisiana, they have parishes, and you're not used to the parishes documents on paper. You're used to counties, okay? So in Louisiana, they kept records of enslaved names, last names, who was the masters, and all that. They actually, even though slavery in Louisiana, remember you had people of color, you had interracial marriages in Louisiana. It's totally different from the South. It's like its own country. And some of the Frenchmen who was against slavery would buy a slave and that slave go free. Sometimes slave would buy their way out of slavery. Yes, it's totally different from the white Anglo-Saxon Protestant South, okay? Which I have a lot of resentment towards my ex-Protestant past, and also the white Anglo-Saxons in my family mixed, or black ones who mix with it, or pure or black and who participate in that religion, if you know the reason why, because the slaves were treated harsh in the South in the United States compared to, yeah, they're treated harsh in Latin America and the Caribbean. But remember, those slaves got out like that. They fought, they beat, they retaliated. In here in the South, they twist the Bible. They, you know what I'm saying, put fear and intimidation to the point that the parents of the slaves did to their own children. That's why I'm not for whipping and spanking and beating and causing. That come out of slavery. That's why I tell them, I'm not being a coon. Y'all to be in a coon, practice that mess and distort the Bible. Then the Bible say that test everything whole was good in Thessalonians. Y'all don't believe in it. I do. Okay? All right. You post a question so you can remember people suffer of a lack of knowledge. Okay, sometimes that human who talking about God ain't on God's side, just trying like what happened to Jim Jones. 5 million of them folks, folks, American Negro blood, was a lot of that white. Sometimes the question Jim Jones, his mixed hair, cause he looked like he mixed something besides white. Went to Jonestown. If they had questioned his doctrines, they would not be in Georgetown and Guyana drinking poison Kool-Aid, okay? Poison ghetto Kool-Aid. That's not the wine that we serve in the Catholic Church. That's called like it is when it comes to the communion. So anyway, point is, that's the whole reason why that I get even when I was doing my white ancestry, just seeing that in 1590 England or 1600 England, some of those was ministers in the Reformation who were white, and I just started to have cringe because of the personal interpretation of the story. You know what I'm saying? Making your own interpretation of the Bible. That makes me mad. Because you twisting right and wrong for your own narrative and trying to force it down someone's throat. That's the reason why I get tired of that. So, going back to Louisiana, so of course, I like the song of Bali Chulia Maya based on the African elements. However, I don't like the lyrics because the lyrics are talking about another God. Okay? It's not talking about, you know what I'm saying? It's saying Bala mean for Yamaya and Chum. Okay, so you gotta understand this. And remember, I was in the shower. I was dancing the salsa, baby, doing my salsa dance in the shower. Yeah, I was like, yeah, and all of a sudden I said, "Para hecho, yeah, Maya." I said, no, Lord Jesus, what the heck? You know what I'm saying? And of course, I like the Evans song. Het Laveau, the Puerto Rican singer, did a good job of the melody because the African beats. That's what I'm giving credit to. The African beat, the African drum. Because one thing is why we go overseas, Latin America, because instead of go to Africa, we are Americanized and we in the Americas and it's African culture in Americas. Chemistry, shut up, okay? As with that book I said, Across the Freedom, Negroes in Mexico, U.S. Negroes in Mexico, it's right, even, what's it, Richard or J. Walker from Mississippi, saying, when I read that book, I'm talking about LaQuisha, that was slave the Latin America, Mexico, Central and South America was safe haven for Negro. That's true because they had people of color. The racism was going away at the time. Also, too, the African culture is mixed with Spanish, which is European and Native. Okay. No wonder I love Latino culture. No wonder I love Latin music. And what did Carlos Santana said? Who's Mexican? Which I call Spanish or Latin music is African. It's actually African music. When I hear R&B, it's a white Anglo-Saxon influence type black culture. Okay, that's why we have colorism. That's why we favor the white, lighter skinned people in our instead of because we live in a culture that's not truly African. Okay, this is a made up culture with people one drop of black DNA making their own culture. That's called like it is because, like I said before, in the southern WASP areas, those WASP people, slave masters, stripped every African out of those African slaves and create their own mentality of what they thought of black people. Okay? This is why I'm not with the one drop rule. Y'all going by a white racist rate of who you are, which is dangerous because that white race area of who you are is the reason why where you at. Your mentality is not is siding with the white supremacists at the same time fighting it. Okay? That's why I see why Latinos don't hang. It's not just color and colorism. It's a mentality issue because some of our people, I'm saying some, are slave minded and don't want to repent from being slave minded. Let's be real. It's what Bob Marley, who's part black and part white, said in Jamaica, get you away from a mental slavery. You know what I'm saying? So when you see your brother and sister, no matter if they light or dark, in America with white supremacy mindset, but saying they hate white supremacy, with that mentality, it's like I want to be on the plantation and fight the master, at the same time be on the plantation. And that's what I see. When I see brothers and sisters like that, I get away from them. I don't care if they are. Well, we supposed to be together. No, we're not gonna do no crowd barrel shit on me. I know what you're talking about. You ain't talking about coming together to fight the problem. You talking about coming together and remain in the problem. No, you remain alone and carry your own damn nuts on that shit. Oh hell no. You want to be a slave? If I gotta want to be dead in my damn grave, I call it like it is. Okay. So that's the truth. It's a mentality issue. Even other Africans, even from the Caribbean. Y'all understand? Because I have African friends who told me straight up, you're the only, and they know that I was mixed, you're the only black friend I have. These people here crazy. And I said, yeah, because of slave mentality, that plantation mind. You know, when we got out of integration and segregation, that's the first thing we should have done is got rid of this plantation mentality, plantation way of discipline, plantation way of how we eat, no, because this was the white man's ideology, our other ancestors' ideology, what they think of us, this unhumane mentality. You get my point? And trying to adjust to it. No, we shouldn't adjust to it. You're adjusting to the problem and you can remain in the problem. Keyword. So I see why Isaiah Banks is doing this, but it's going backwards. Okay? Because the reason why the slaves, the indigenous people, the African people were controlled by white men because of the lack of knowledge. And white people who had the knowledge, but not being Christian with it, but lying to you, they're being Christian with it. Call it what they Protestant or Catholic who had control. That's the reason why. And this shows in this ratio at the Wild Out is what Nick Cannon, who ain't acting all that Christ like, making fun of people, said, we'll pray for you. I'm glad I brought that up. Because nobody act Christ-like on that show, attacking Zaya Banks. But they don't believe in Achun, Agun, and Yamaya, who are not real, but a bunch of demons. Yes, the people who believe in God, they not act like they believe in God. None of us are perfect, but they do believe in a higher God. That's one God. But you believe in Yamaya, Achun, and them Yamaya, Achun is not going to help you. Just like I said about the Mexican man down there, Mexican American man down there in Taco Bell in San Antonio, talking about when a Hispanic woman came in splashing tea and acting a fool, acting ratchet and ghetto. He took his shirt off trying to show his muscles and stuff. I know I'm showing, it's hot in here. You know, got the air conditioner on. Bear with me, y'all, okay? Yes, it's getting hot down here in Houston. Yes, even with air conditioner on, it is getting too damn hot down here. Like, it's turning hell up in here in Houston. But the truth about it is, and what I say in that video when I was being rebuttal about the Taco Bell, you said, you can tell he believes in a cult. Santa Muerte. I'm like, dude, Santa Muerte ain't gonna help your ass. I'm in the cussing, you talking really. Santa Muerte ain't gonna help your ass. Lucky the white officer didn't just arrest you or take your damn shirt trying to show all the muscles. And you know, cause you know that sister or that Latina, whoever she was in there, was showing that the camera. Take the camera off. Take the camera off. You took all your shirt, show all them damn trying to get some hoes. I bet you go to Santa Muerte and ask for some hoes, some putas to have sex with while you trying to show all them doggone muscles to everybody. Okay, trying to show you tough like you in the movie American Me. Like you trying to show all tough like you and what's that movie? Me Vida Loco trying to be what's that the Ron, trying to be the Ron, the pimp in the body, you're trying to show all them muscles so you can get some hoes watching that video. I bet you got some putas, some thoughts after that video trying to show, ooh, and they didn't Santa Muerte to y'all, but y'all had a sex ritual with that Santa Muerte, like I don't know what's going up in there. Anyway, like I was saying is, that I said what I said. Santa Muerte ain't gonna help your ass. How can Santa Muerte ain't real? Okay? So just like in Isaiah Banks, Goon, and your Maya ain't helping your ass out. No matter how many chicken slices and you doing in your closet and doing rituals and burning and everything else. You can do and lucky ain't see no damn roaches and rats in that damn closet of yours. Baby, please, put them damn chickens. Once you still sacrifice chicken, fried chicken like what's her name, like Miss Peach. You hear me? Okay, instead and serve a chicken a coot. You know, a chicken and do better than the KFC and Popeyes, which is Popeyes Tuesday, and some churches chicken. That's some churches. You know what I'm saying? Stop it. God dog, you know, if you serve them chickens in that closet, no, that's rotten chicken. We ain't trying to get sick and die with some that whatever they call, you know, when the blood is in the chicken. You know what I'm saying? Because it's poultry. Y'all, I'm talking about that poison. Okay. You over here sacrificing chickens. You know what I'm saying? You want fried chicken like Miss Peaches. You hear me? Okay, God dog, you hear me? Shoes. Y'all hear? Fry that chicken. Fry that chicken. Fry that chicken. Come on, y'all. Yeah, we gonna fry that chicken. Fry that chicken. Fry that chicken. You hear me? Everybody wants a piece of that chicken, butterfly chicken, finger chicken. You hear me? Okay. You will sacrifice a chicken, sacrifice a chicken, sacrifice chicken. Yeah, Maya, sacrifice chicken. Sacrifice chicken. I shoot. Everybody wants a piece of that chicken, sacrifice chicken for Santeria. You hear me? I had to go. Y'all had to. I got y'all playing. I had to go there. Okay. You know, and I was mad at Miss Peaches. Remember a minstrel show back in 2006? Dang, they doing minstrel shows on Amos and Andy on YouTube. Okay, to be in the butters watching my booty. You hear me? I'm about to get in the shower. My own self. I got my shirt off. About to wash my booty. You hear me? Ooh, and Miss Peach, at the same time, I was criticizing Miss Peaches about the racial exploitation that she was doing. Actually, he was doing, playing Miss Peaches. But I had to laugh. Why? I said, no, Lord forgive me. I don't believe in racial exploitation, this jigaboo and pookie and nitty stuff, but it was funny. And you know, y'all remember back in 2005, 2006, Miss Peaches in the tub and being in the bubbles, washing my booty. You hear me? Y'all remember Fried That Chicken? And I never forget, this dude, he mixed. He looked typically Hispanic, but he's part black and Puerto Rican, and Italian, and Mexican. And I never forget, because we can't wear caps and job corps. So I had to unbraid my hair. I had a big old perm fro, and it was sticking out. And then I put my cap on when I got outside that side to go get my hair did. And he said, "What the fuck?" The one I team dude said, "What the fuck?" Because I don't like buckwheat with this hair. You know what I'm saying? I didn't like buckwheat, and I wasn't trying to coon. I just trying to follow because I tried to unbraid his hair so the sister can braid my hair down there, at the beauty salon. So then the Latino, the one who's part African American, part Italian, part Puerto Rican, part Mexican, because dad is Mexican Italian and mother's part black and Puerto Rican. You know what I'm saying? Part African American, Puerto Rican. Okay, and he said, I think she's Creole too, huh? That type of family. And he said, "You hear me?" Because we were talking about the racial, about him being a brother. He don't look like a typical brother, about him being a brother. And we're talking about Miss Peaches. And he was, so he started talking about it. So I just laughed. I didn't get offended. Talking about, "You hear me?" Because he know about Miss Peaches and looking like buckwheat. Okay, I wasn't trying to coon, but we can't have caps. But I had to unbraid the hair. So, and put a cap on my head. Once I put my name on the thing, go catch the bus, go down there to I said I'll be some mall to get my hair did. Okay? Because sister can braid his hair, wash it, condition, braid his hair. And it was growing too. I had a big old perm fro just sticking out looking like buckwheat. I ain't, no, it was embarrassing. Trust me, it was embarrassing. But I had to do that. There's the rules. You can't wear a cap. Because when my hair is not done, I wear a cap or do rag or whatever. Y'all know how I do it, okay? So my hair was a big old perm fro. It was big too, looking like a werewolf. You know what I'm saying? And looked like buckwheat. And like I said, he said. So one of the Hispanics said, "What the fuck?" You know what I'm saying? And the mixed dude who do, "You hear me?" I had to laugh. I didn't get it fit. I had to have thick skin, unlike Zaya Banks. It felt like water out that day. You know what I'm saying? I said, "Damn, I feel bad. Let me laugh at that. I ain't gonna let these people get to me." Sure, let's just laugh at it. You hear me? I just laugh. Well, I laugh. Well, see, it won't bother me. You hear me? Y'all know. Friday, sacrifice the chicken, sacrifice the chicken, sacrifice the chicken. We gonna sacrifice the chicken, sacrifice the chicken. Yeah, Mayo. I had to go there. So anyway, point is, she did, like I say, Yamaya and Achun, Arisha, Agun did not stop this sister for getting roasted on there. I gotta see, baby. Nick Cannon give us an early release of that footage. I wanna see it. I wanna see the whole damn thing. And she said she was crying and everything else. But here's the thing. We have a right in America to believe what we want to believe, okay? Nobody has the right to go tell someone not to believe in this. And if you want to believe in the devil, you want to believe in God, or you want to believe in this part of Christianity, the Protestants of Christian, the, the author Jehovah's Witness, by the Constitution of this country, the First Amendment, you have a right to. However, because she did talk about being a witch. But my question is, when I used to be a witch, yes, I used to be a warlock myself. Remember I was 13, not 14, not 13, excuse me, 10, 9, 10, 11, trying to do voodoo, okay? I got roasted, but I used some things, I know I was doing wrong at the time. I thought I was doing okay. I didn't think it was against God. I didn't, say I was using some type of spirit to stop these people from being abusive and being bullies in school. And when I used it and I got roasted, I used against, right at that moment, I used it, okay? Or either I went that night and that person who mistreated me. I told you, I said, a white dude, he mixed. He not all that white. He has big lips like a brother. That must be the Afro-Mexican. He's got a Mexican family, so he has some Afro-Mexican besides Spanish native him. And just maybe some Afro-Mexican person passes white. And he's a little redneck in Southeast Texas. Southeast Texas. Southeast Harris County. Okay? Because we used to go to school together. And I never forget, this dude was a troublemaker. Okay, he was a little white thug. He mixed, but white identified thug. And me and him was having an issue with that girl I liked in school. Sure did. And so he had more muscles than I did. We was both 12, 13, going on 20 years old. We were both 7, 9 kids. And I never forget, He was always in detention center getting paddled. Yes, he was crazy. He was, yeah, he was out there. And his family Southern Baptist, so I'll never forget. Never forget, the dude said, he said, I'll make fun of you, telling me you believe in that voodoo stuff. While we in the hallway. Okay. I said, you keep messing, I'll put some spell on you. And I did. This white identified mixed down the fine tree multiracial mixed race dude, Mexican with some Afro mixed with them big lips, lips big like mine. Natural, no injections, no. This okay. And brown kind of light, same brownish kind of blondish hair and blue eyes, not brown blonde, kind of light brown. Sticked his thing in the American Cherokee got Cherokee. Dude sticked his hand because I never forget he got in trouble in the detention hall to get out of detention because he played saxophone in middle school in sixth grade. He sticked his hand like a fool. You know, I did that. Yes, I did. I did that. Stick his hand in there, and it couldn't come out. They had to get the ambulance to get it out. So the next day from school, he said, "Remember you said you gonna put a spell on me, whatever, and you said you're a psychic and all this stuff. I was into that stuff." And he said, "I said, yeah." I said, "You something gonna happen to you. Keep on bothering me. Look what the motherfucker did to me now." And I said, "Ha ha ha ha." So my question, she don't know how to do her witch spells. Is she know? I'm not saying it's okay. God, thank you for getting me out of the situation. But if she was really a true witch, okay, right then when she was getting roasted, she could have did her little voodoo, her Santeria, because I went into Santeria, thank the Lord. She could have did some type of spell right there, and it could have cast everybody out, okay, including Nick Cannon. My question is, why she not doing it? It seems to me that it's not working for her. She's the conscience eating her out, and she's trying to use her spirits to not feel the void. Because as soon as I found out that it was demonic to do those things, I left those things alone. Okay, I left the psychic stuff. I left the voodoo alone. You know what I'm saying, the witchcraft alone because I thought that was a way to. I was getting bullied in school. I was getting mistreated at home. So, and my grandmother, how she interpreted the Bible, is like God is your enemy. Okay, a tyrant God. You know, she comes from that Baptist evangelical stuff that I don't believe in. It made them like it discouraged you to even try to pray to someone that's like her. And finally, thank the Lord, he's not like her. So that's what drove me into uh, the occult. And I didn't care if people say demonic because I felt, especially Chris who abusing you, okay, mistreating you, that right there. So that's why until I had to realize that it was, I left it alone. But yeah, I told myself, y'all keep on bothering me in school, I'm going to put you on a spell. I'm gonna call something on you, and sometimes it works. But that one, with the white identified bully who mixed, um, who's a redneck, he stuck his hand in the saxophone like a fool to get out of detention. And yeah, as soon as he was picking on me, he said, "Shakala, ain't gonna bother me, ha ha." So, and so I went like this. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I don't forget in sixth grade, and I said something. I said, "Cause bad luck on that dude. Please do." And I told, I said, "I predict something bad gonna happen to you." And that demonic energy went there. Dude was in detention because he was always in detention. He was that type of thug, a white identified thug. You know, he mixed with Cherokee and some Afro Mexican DNA. Cause that black, he had big lips like a damn ass brother, like me. Okay, you know he had to have somebody past ass white. Okay, so anyway, he stuffed his hand. He thought he was a shot caller in the school, and all the white girls, sisters, like he was trying to go and sleep and get their dick. Okay, and fillet they fish. Okay, it's what Remo saying in the song with Lil Kim. He was getting pussy. White girls definitely because he did find white. A white girl when I get that, he's trying to get his not his mix white, but probably mixed with some black. Baby, see, okay, and fillet that fish, that pussy. He was doing all that. He had a sister. I know a sister darker than me was going with him. Yeah, he had met, but yeah, and one of the Mexican dudes jumped on it. He got beat up in seventh. Yes, he did seventh grade. The Mexican dude, and the Cholo dudes whooped his ass. So did he got ass whooped by too many times by the Cholo dudes. Yeah, and the see, this one, just said that white people was leaving our area. This, yes, they showed when the Mexicans saw a lot of Latinos started coming to our area, And this was a gangster lean, thug culture, thug life, maybe the local, you know what I'm saying? Blood and blood out, another G thing, baby, death row mentality back in the early. Now, I forget this season, okay? That season. One of the Mexican cholo thug dude beat this white identified dude up. He was blooded right after I came from the hospital. He was beaten up. That's how crazy. And I never forget that eighth and yeah, that eighth. That's when it was on the program for average students. And he left. He left our area and went up, southeast, northeast, uh, area in Harris County. Okay, he works as a mechanic. I see it on Facebook. I don't subscribe to it. No, I'm not friend with him, but he still, you can tell you around that redneck, like, hick area, okay? But he got some nigger lips, and probably the nigger lips come from Mexico, because they were African slaves in Mexico too, mixing with Spanish and native. That's what caused mixed tea. So they Afro mixed, but people deny it through the whole like I said, rise Macassical thing. Because he got some nigger lips. So if you anything about a nigger, look at your damn features, white nigger. Okay, God like is white like nigger, indigenous nigger. Okay, God like is. Okay, you can do all that passive white, but I showed because I used to ask that question. Damn, he got some. You know all that white to me. He got the blue eyes and the light brown and the pale skin. But them damn features don't look all that Caucasian like her. You know what I'm saying? And if you ever go near the Ku Klux Klan, be very careful with them damn features because they kind of niggerish. They kind of Latin mix niggerish. Okay, kind of like it is. Okay, yeah, they are. They're very niggerish, niggerish. How they call like I said, they call niggerish. They niggerish, niggerish, niggerish. Yes, he like a white nigger trying to pass like black trash trying to pass. Don't be pacified like this Sarah Jane imitation life. We'll find you out. You not one of us. You're a nigger trying to pass like one of us. Anyway, call it is. So anyway, but yeah, I put that dog on voodoo, and yes I did. And he put his hand right in the doggone saxophone and messed up his hands. And I said bad thing happened, which is very true. As he was bullying me in school, in seventh grade, I went to the hospital. As I came back from Deer Park Hospital, I forget. That's when he got beaten up by these Latino. Yeah, them cholo, them Mexican dudes, them thugs, them cholo thugs whooped his ass. Damn, my prediction was good. Was woo. I told him that. I said, you keep on messing with me, something bad's going to happen. Remember, we were friends sometimes, but that's why I learned how to trust people. When people backstab me, not just him, all types of people. Okay, that's why I'm not. You gotta put. I test all my friends out. You can't know because I was getting picked on by everybody, all colors. And you know what I'm saying? So I remember we used to hang out, him and the other two other white dudes. We used to hang out, and they turned against me too, and everything. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? Back in the sixth grade, everybody said you could be hanging with them white people. You know what I'm saying? I'll never forget this time. And like I say, that when he picked on me and spit, yes he did. And why he didn't fight back? Well, remember I got behind whooped by the coach. Actually, the coach, I'm glad I brought that up. That old damn cool coach. I never forget because I tried to whoop the white dude behind. The white dude could have beat me because he's more built than I am. But the white didn't fight because he ain't pure white, okay? Because he told me he had Mexican indigenous. Now you know the history of Mexico, the true history. Them big old damn lips come from the Afro-Mexican slave ship. They came to Veracruz. Somebody mixed it in, and that's somebody African-American descent. Mulatto passing in this side of the border, okay? Because he got them niggerish lips. Niggerish. Trying to pass. He better stop hanging around them hick redneck towns. They gonna find out what's in his background. And he think them white dudes, them Mexican, Afro cholo dudes were worse. Them hick towns. Them old damn hick towns down there in Northeast Harris County. You know what I'm talking about? You're gonna sit there and get that ass whooping 10 times worse from the white dudes. The real white people who don't got nothing in them, okay? They keep it undercover. They do extremely, especially if their features are not all they ethnic, or should I say, niggerish. Anyway, if, yeah, Cause he ever called me a nigger, I'm gonna put that out. You white nigger. I'll be worse than Keno Jimenez. Shoes. Shoes. Shoot, white nigga. Shoot, what? That's right. White Afro mestizo nigga. That's right. With them nigga lips. Them nigga lips. Cause it ain't no thing. Remember, my daddy is darker than me, and he has white people lips. And my grandmother, due to my third grandmother, Charlotte, okay, who was part white and part black, who was like a white woman married to my indigenous great grandfather, third grandfather, who was Choctaw, okay? Yes. They go all detail that. They have my uncle who's dark, way darker. You know, he's dark skinned. Um, and white, he like a dark skinned version of Ansel Cooper. I told my dad, I said, yeah, I said yes, he's like a dark skinned version of Ansel Cooper. He do. He do. He got them white folks. Yes, if he came out pale and hair different and everything, yes, he got white. Him and my dad got them thin white people, white men lips. Okay, and I'm lighting both of them. Okay, so okay, yeah, they got white people. They got white men lips. Cause my grandma always talking about, yeah, you got the black lips and all that stuff. I'm talking about my lips, but I'm like, well, my skin don't look like yours. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? For real, I'm like, I ain't want to say it in front. I'm like, let me talk about the, of course I'm not high yellow, but and actually I was when I was a kid, when I was a baby. Okay, but no, I might have more black features, but we're two different skin tones. Okay, don't go there with me. Okay, I never forget that. But they have white. My grandma has them white woman lips. Okay. Yes, she does. That's how I know. Talking about we not mixed. I'm sorry. Them features. I did some very detail about features and hair textures and skin tone. Yes. I keep real on my channel. But that white dude put stick his hand. Yes, he did. The white identify. Okay, because he ain't all that white, especially with them dark on niggerish lips. Either come from Afro Mexico during the colonial Mexico and Nueva España, or came from over somebody mulatto passing for white and married somebody white, and he keep that a dark secret in the family. Okay, that dark secret. Okay, if you know what I mean, that dark secret that they got some nigga in there. And I don't call myself nigga, but y'all know I'm talking about being comical up here. That near, yes, but call me a nigga, I'm calling him. I see you got nigga lips. You ain't got no white man lips. My dad darker than both of you and I, and he not dark. He like a mahogany color. I'm camera, okay. My uncle is dark, but he got white man lips. And I say he like the white version. He like a dark brown skin version of Ansel Cooper. Y'all know on CNN. I told my dad they know. I said yeah, he looked like a dark skin version of Ansel Cooper. Them features, his facial features, not his whole physique, but his facial features. You know what I'm saying? The eyes, the lips. His nose is wider, but not that wide like mine. Okay, because him, and my dad, they know like it's like this. It's like, you see what I'm saying? You'll see the bone structure. Even I have it a little bit. It don't flatten up, like it's not that flat like this. It does kind of stand up, but my dad's nose kind of stand out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's mixed DNA. I don't mean lying by my mixed heritage. Call it like it is. And so anyway, point is, let's get to the subject. So point is, I'm very proud of my heritage. That's being proud of who you are when you mention your heritage as a whole, not dividing it, and denying it. So point is, that's the point I'm trying to say is that yeah, that stuff works. So Azaelia Banks, she was using her voodoo well in her Santeria. She should have used it if she knew how to do it well. Y'all don't. Let me get back to my evil side. When I used to practice stuff, when the moment happened, I would go ahead and tell the person, warn them, and actually do the stuff in my room, away from everybody, and dump it on people, whatever. And bad thing, I did not know once I left that mess alone that mm, that the effect, yeah, that white identified dude got beat up after 93. I'm forget. Them cholo thugs in our area whooped his ass. I'm telling you, he was bloody, beaten up. Yes, yes, and I think that's when the year, because he didn't come to high school with us in '94. He went up north of northeast area, mostly white area. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Yes, he did. He went up the white area. He, you know what I'm saying? It's mixed, but mostly white people area. Okay, they left our little town in the south and the east side and left. Cause them, yeah, because them cholo dudes, them Mexican dudes, whooped them Mexican, them Latino who third cholo, they whooped his ass. They treated him well. Meatloaf was safe. You know, Meatloaf, the biracial one who's part Mexican, you know, and he was safe. You know, cause Popeye was trying to eat that chon chon. Yeah, sorry. Give me some chon chon. Okay, give me some chon chon. Yeah, I remember. Give me some chon chon. Yeah, no, they ain't getting no chon. I hope not. They ain't raping behind, but this white identified dude got whooped his ass. They bloody. They gave him ass whooping without the chunklers. You know what I'm saying? Without the chunklers. You know what I'm saying? They put them damn hands on him, and he came to middle school. Oh, I looked at him like, yes, they whooped his ass. Don't no them Mexican dudes them like whooped his ass. That white identified dude, mixed hairs, but look past a white enough, who was a bully and thug in school, got his ass whooped. And I left the voodoo in Santa. No, I ain't doing it in Santeria. So that voodoo stuff alone. And the it was an EPS, what it's called. You know, y'all don't talking about, yeah, because I was into that psychic stuff in sixth grade, and I was reading books about it, and I was trying to get involved in it, and I was going to start my own. I was trying to get my dad. No, we're not gonna see no psychic. I said, yeah, I'm gonna go see a psychic, and I called one of the psychic. It was a Spanish woman, and I never forget she was a psychic. I said, how much she charged to do this and that? Yeah, cause I was trying to get. I said, we need to get the numbers, you know, so to get the numbers, we need to lie all that. Yeah, I was trying to do all that. Shoot, for real. So I ain't like know it was demonic at the time. But yeah, I was into that stuff. I was. Okay. So my point is to Isaiah Banks, if it did work, it can work because it's demonic spirits. Okay. You know, there are such things in demonic possessions. However, it was not working for her and Wilder out. It got too wild that Santeria goddess and goddesses, the Achun, Maya, and Agun. I mean, dang, she ain't gonna turn to Agun. Risha Agun is the worst African god. He's a thug in that religion. You know what I'm saying? He's a thug in that religion. He do dangerous stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's the devil. You know what I'm saying? So why she didn't do that Arisha Agun? Why she didn't do all the other stuff? No, it failed. Cause them people who was abusing her believed in the true God, even though they wasn't acting like Christian people. But when we said earlier this video, what I say? People perish of a lack of what? Knowledge. Hosea 4:6. People perish of a lack of knowledge. And due to her lack of knowledge of her spirituality, it led to that situation. That's why she had all these clashes. Because of that.